Jnana, Karma, Sannyasa Yoga, the assurance. The Lord said, "This yoga was taught by me originally to the sun and passed on from generation to generation and finally got lost. This very yoga I have taught you now. Do not take me at face value, for I have depths that no one can plumb. I know all my past births. You do not know yours. Though I am immortal and unborn, I take birth by my own Maya. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and an increase of unrighteousness in the world, I vanquish the wicked and protect the righteous. I re-establish dharma. He who knows my divine birth and acts reaches me. Many have thus reached me, having purified themselves with many austerities and got rid of attachments, fear, and anger. In whatever manner man approaches me, in that very manner I serve him. Everywhere man tread my path alone. A man who performs actions with no desire and who, in his knowledge and wisdom, is not attached to the fruit of action, he is considered a sage. Mere physical action is not an action if he does not hanker after things. He is thus not bound by the action. The third chapter concludes with an exhortation to kill desire by knowing the Lord, who is beyond the intellect. Thus is Karma Yoga possible. Here a sadhaka finds some difficulties. Who is the Lord who is beyond the intellect? Is it enough to know that He is there, or should one know something more about Him? On knowing Him, will one's desire automatically go? How is desire to be conquered? Finally, a big hesitation comes to the man who is about to start practicing Karma Yoga. If he always engages himself in selfless service of others, how is he to live in the world? The world being what it is, will not wicked people take advantage of the good ones and dominate them? The fourth chapter answers all these questions and assures the sadhaka that he will be looked after by the good Lord. He takes birth as an avatara to punish evildoers and protect the good. Krishna also points out that he himself is the Supreme Lord who becomes the avatara. To know the Lord means to know what he does, how he creates, how he comes to the rescue of good people, and also how he is free from the bondage of action. For him, it is a glorious play, and there is no selfishness or desire. The Lord now points out what it is to conquer the enemy called desire. Desire is not an animal or a person to be killed, but our own psychic demand that has to be eliminated. It's not possible to eliminate it by a surgical operation, but by a re-education of the mind. As we know more and more about the wonderful love of the Lord for good people and His anxiety to protect them, our fears and anxieties disappear and we think more of Him and less of worldly objects. Thus, desire gets sublimated. An action with a sublimated desire becomes an act of worship and not an action that binds. Now, the Lord explains why everyone cannot reach Him. The answer is quite simple. People do not reach Him because they do not seek Him. Most of us seek tangible things which are easy to understand.